Jen, and I am here to share a process video with you using the Ali Edwards February digital kit. Each month now she's releasing an entire kit, kind of like her story kits, except for it's a completely just digital kit. And so I'm using the February kit for this layout that I'm doing, and I've already gone ahead and used what I'm going to use in Photoshop and printed it out. I have these 5 3x4 photos that I'm going to use in my spread, and you can see that there are 2. This one right here at the aquarium, I've printed the word loving on it, which is from the digital kit, the digital stamps. And then this is one of the 3x4 cards that I just went ahead and added a photo to and some text to before I printed it out in Photoshop. So that was a super simple process. If you have questions on that, let me know. I've showed a few times in past videos how you can do that, but if you have questions, I'm happy to show it again next time that I do it. I will have another process video showing you a technique for this kit as well. So, and that should be posted probably the same day as this one. So the other things that I'm working with are some memorabilia. So my daughter's birthday was this week. She had a Harry Potter birthday party, and the kids got these little, I used these stamps from Kelly Purkey to create these little bags, and the kids had treats inside the bags, but also on here there is their official sorting hat results. Let's see if I can get it to focus on this. Doesn't want to. Here you go. So the kid's name was written here, and then what house they got, the date, and my initials. And so I wanted to include my daughter's in here. And inside this little bag, so I'm just going to punch holes in this and stick it in my album, but I wanted to put my daughter's birthday list. So she just wrote up a little birthday list for me, and I thought it would be fun to include in there. We also went to a play, which was hilarious, and so I want to talk about that. And so I have the tickets, but also the little playbill or whatever you call this thing. Sorry, my drink is showing. And so I'm going to cut up, I believe what I'm going to do is there's a smaller picture right here. I'm going to cut this one up because this is too large. I use a 6x8 Project Life album, and so what the space that I have to work with is smaller than that. So I'm using these 2 page protectors. One is all 3x4 pockets, and then this one is 2 3x4s and a 4x6. And so the 4x6 is going to be about the play and have the tickets on it and stuff. And so there's just not a whole lot of room. I couldn't include what I wanted to for this. And so cutting out the smaller picture will be a better fit for me. So that's the plan. I'm going to go ahead and put you on fast forward and you can watch my process. So I'm just going to start by cutting apart these photos, and I'm using some Canon glossy photo paper that I got for free a long time ago, and I got a ton of it. And so when you order Canon inks, if you order them from their website, they'll send you a ton of free photo paper. And so I'm going through that, even though I have an Epson printer. I didn't realize my camera was on autofocus, so I apologize if it goes in and out of focus. I just ordered a new video camera, so I'm not going to be using my DSLR anymore, and I think that will help with this. But what I'm doing now is cutting up that list of my daughter's, a birthday list, and I'm going to stick it in that little Harry Potter bag. And I'm thinking I'm going to washi tape the top of that bag closed. It used to be stapled, but I want to be able to open it. So I just used some gold glitter tape. The one that I used right now, that's from the Target Dollar Spot. And I will end up punching holes in that card or in that bag so that it's kind of an insert. And now I'm cutting down this playbill or for the play, the poster for it. And I'm going to play around with how I want this card to end up looking. I looked through my 4x6 cards from past Ali Edwards story kits to find one to rest these on. And I could have printed another card, but I like the idea of mixing digital and physical product. So I found that one, which is blue with kind of like a bracket shape at the top, and that's from the Numbers Story Kit, which is last month's kit. And I'm going to use that one to go ahead and place the tickets and that poster on. And I'm messing around with it quite a lot. I want to cut down the poster a little bit. I really like the card, but it's kind of bothering me that that the bracket shape, it's not centered or everything's not below it. I don't know. It's just not quite right. And you'll see that in the end, I will change that. But for now, that's how it's going to stay. And I'm going ahead and gluing down my tickets. I just had 2 tickets, one for me and one for my husband. So I'm just putting both of them in there. And I think that's a good way to keep memorabilia, is to just glue them right on your page or put them in a pocket or something. Another good way is to take a photo of it. So I'm going to do my journaling with my favorite black Muji pen up here in the white space, but my journaling ends up being a little too long, and I end up going down into the blue space, and that's where this card all goes wrong for me, and I end up hating it. And you'll see right away, I notice I don't like this. So I'm going to switch it to the other side, which has numbers across the top. And I decide not to include the photo of the poster because it's too distracting and I have more to say. And so I'm just going to eliminate that. And I like the way the numbers tie in all the colors because my daughter's wearing red in the Harry Potter photo and then there's blue in the aquarium photo. So it brings those colors to the other side of the spread. And I'm using an older Ali Edwards stamp set. I think it's called Super Fantastic. This is one of my favorite stamp sets. And I just used some Pendleton red Crafters ink from Ali, and now I'm writing about the play and how it was hilarious and I needed a laugh that day, and so I was really grateful that we were able to go. My husband's sister gives us tickets to a play every year for Christmas. She takes the whole family, and so that was the night that we ended up going. And the date is already on the tickets, so I don't feel like I need to add the date to that card. I did add some staples just for a little added detail. And now I'm writing directly on this photo. Now this Canon glossy photo paper takes this white Jelly Roll pen so nicely. So I wrote, still loving this tradition, because every year on my daughter's birthday, we go to the aquarium. And so I just put a little heart sticker. That's from the Tough Story kit. Again, I like mixing the physical with the digital and using up some of my supplies that are a little bit older. I'm writing Meet Crookshanks on this card of my daughter and her new kitten, and I'm going to place a heart there as well. So there's going to be 3 of those little gray hearts scattered on the layout. And then I'm using this little card. It has an embossed detail, which you can't really see in the video, but I'm using this card and I'm going to stamp the dates on it and stick it on the card with the car and the snow in it. That photo is looking out of my garage, and I thought it was kind of nice to just include a peek of, you know, what we back into every day, and there was a lot of snow, and so that was a good representation of our week. And I think that for each card that I put the date on, I kind of want it to be a representation overall of the week. And so I'm just going to place that at the top, and I stamped the dates and wrote the word 2 in between them. And then I'm stapling it onto the top. I ran out of staples, so I just keep my staples in this little container. And so I grabbed some and put them in my stapler and stapled that little tab or label shape down. Now this card is also from the Number Story kit, but it had that kind of love theme, which I liked. And so I'm writing 4 things that I loved about the week. And rather than having a card to go with each photo, I'm just writing some of the things that happened that week on that one card, and then you can tell by looking at the photos what journaling corresponds with each one. So I'll write a little bit more about my daughter's party on the back of that Harry Potter bag, but I am writing just a little bit about getting the kitten and how snowy it was, and just a few other things about the week on that card, and I like that. I put the numbers 11 on the Harry Potter card because that's how old my daughter turned. And I'm looking through some chipboard from past story kits, again trying to mix the digital with the physical, and they're the perfect little finishing touches. And I found this yellow one that says love this, and there is a yellow number 5 on the card on the left, so I thought it would be nice to bring a little yellow over to the right. So here I've gone ahead and finished all of that, and I'm getting ready to punch the holes in my little Harry Potter bag here. I actually punch holes in the wrong spot, so I'll have an extra hole in the bag, which is fine. But I'm using this Crop-A-Dile punch. I'll link to it in the video description as well as over on my blog. I love that punch. It's like a Crop-A-Dile, but it has a bigger punch that fits it's like the actual hole size. I also added a little puffy heart, which is from Ellie Studio, to the date card. And then I went to my typewriter and typed up some journaling that I just glued on the back of that bag, and the hole punched in just the right spot so that it goes around the words. I don't know if you can tell from that. But I'm just looking for a chipboard piece that I could place at the top of the journaling, because I want there to be something on that bag to kind of give it a little pop of color on the back. And so I'm just looking again through my Ali Edwards Story Kit stuff, and I decide to take one of these blue pieces that says Celebrate, which is fitting because it talks about her birthday, and it matches the rest of the blue that's on the spread. So I'm really liking the way that looks. Now, in the Numbers Story Kit, there were these large acrylic numbers, and I didn't use any of them. And so I thought it would be nice to include them here, and I'm going to glue them on the bottom of this tag. I put them through my Xyron sticker maker, which puts just like an even layer of adhesive on the back. And I'm just going to adhere them to the bottom, and these will be short, stubby little ones because I had to cut off the bottoms, but that's okay. And you'll see, I'll flip that back over for you to see here in just a second. So now I'm going to stamp the date on each of the photos. I'm just using some black StazOn ink and a roller date stamp that I have from Pebbles, and stamping the date on each photo. And some of them I have to look them up, so that's why there's a little bit of a pause if you don't see me for a second. I'm looking up the date to the photo and just stamping that on each photo. And I really like this approach where this 6x8 is great for me because I don't have a picture for every single day, but I'll just stamp the date on the photos so that you know what day it was, and then have like a card that's an overview of the week. And then some of the cards have a little bit more journaling on them, so I like that. And now I'm going to go ahead and get all of the cards stuck in the pockets. So I'm really liking the 4-pocket design, and also the one that has the 2 3x4 pockets and the 4x6. I think those are really great designs for me. Adding a staple to that little chipboard piece so that they're stapling in more than one spot on the spread, and just tucking all of those in. And that's going to complete this spread. I'll come back and talk to you for a second about it. And here's where I realize I punched the hole in the wrong spot, so I have to punch another one. But that's going to finish it. And I love the way the bag looks. Okay, here's the finished spread. And I just wanted to say that I am digging the 6x8 size really a lot. And I'm glad I've made a comeback to Project Life, because I had been missing out on sharing the little stories with memorabilia that I wanted to, like tickets like this. I might not have scrapbooked this play on a layout, but I really like the fact that I got it in here, especially because I don't have a photo. I did have a photo, but it was just of the outside of the theater, and it wasn't that great, so I decided to just include the story with the tickets, and that's good enough. But it's a story I wanted to tell because that play made me super happy on a day when I was having a bad day. So yeah, I'm loving this, and I like the little insert here with the 11. It's a little short and cut off, but I think it still looks cool, and I like the way the colors came together on this layout as well. It ended up nice, and even though I messed this card up, I think that the colors here pull everything together, so I'm glad that happened. And I'm liking keeping it simple, just putting a date on each first card, and you can see that on every spread I'm doing that. This first spread with the large photo I didn't do that on, but the rest of them I am, so it's okay if one's off. It doesn't really bother me. But love using a mixture of physical cards, and then the digital card was fun to put the text on before I printed it out, as well as this one. So like the mixture of the script with the word here as well. So I hope that you've enjoyed and that you've gotten some ideas. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I'll link to any available products that I can. Thanks for watching.